Why do we resize images for the web? Photos are made up of tiny pixels, which are basically just little squares of colour. A digital photo straight from a camera is high resolution, so it's a large width and height. There are plenty of pixels within the high resolution picture, so when it gets printed, it is really sharp. That's not good for the internet because it downloads really slowly. We want to make images look good on screen and download really quickly for our visitors. Websites with fast loading images have more chance of ranking well on search engines. Search engines prefer to send their users to websites that are going to give the user a good experience. There are 2 steps towards a fast loading image. The first step is to resize the image dimensions in pixels. This is the width and height, and this should come first. The original image would be like 8 times the size of your laptop screen. The photo should be just the right size for its spot on the website. That is the best practice for the web. Since the introduction of responsive websites, the image needs to be the right size for a mobile, a tablet, a laptop, a large screen and a TV. The second step is to reduce the kilobytes of the image. This is known as compression. Compression reduces or combines the colours within a photo, and that reduces the size in kilobytes. Carrying out both these tasks, resizing and then compressing, is known as optimizing an image for the web. This is a comparison of an image that has been optimized and one that hasn't. You can see the one on the left downloading much faster than the one on the right. The one on the left has been reduced to fit in the spot, and it's 600 pixels wide. It was then compressed, so the file size is reduced and it downloads much quicker. The one on the right has been put onto the website straight off a camera or a phone. Its actual width is 2,560 pixels. It's reduced only in appearance, and it's sort of squeezed in to fit in the space. It's about 18% of the original size. It still has all its colours in it, and it downloads slowly. Here's what it looks like full size on a large monitor. These big images are known as hero images, and they are pretty popular at the moment. You may think the image on your own website is downloading quite fast, so you can't really see a problem. This is because browsers cache images. They basically store them, so the next time you visit the same website, the image downloads quickly. They store them temporarily, so the next time you visit the same website, within maybe a month, it will download quickly. Look how quickly my image downloads now when I refresh the screen. One way to see if your image really is downloading quickly is to open up an incognito tab and have a look at the website there. Optimizing images for the web will save space on your server as well. This cuts down the possibility of the server overloading and saves you money as well. It's also more environmentally friendly. Let's dive a bit deeper into responsive images. Responsive images resize to look good on different size screens. On a mobile, the image would usually span the whole width of the screen, and they stack on top of text. Mobile users have become very used to scrolling quickly down mobile-friendly web pages. For a mobile device, a very good image width is about 640 pixels. It's the size we saw on the web page earlier, and the height can be anything you like. But image sizing doesn't stop there. One size does not fit all, unfortunately. Think about that same image on an extra large monitor, so for like a TV, which can be about this big these days. depending on the page layout, the image might sit in a column next to the text, or it could span the width of the screen like it did on the mobile version. So that image has to be much bigger. For a TV, a pixel perfect image would have to be 1920 pixels wide or bigger. If you've already downsized your image to 640 pixels, it's going to look terrible if you try to upscale it to 1920 pixels or more. You'd be stretching it more than 400%. The tiny pixels stretch and expand. Scaling images up doesn't look good. They just appear fuzzy. Settling for all your images at 1920 pixels doesn't solve the problem either. As we saw, these download really slowly. Bad for users on slow connections and bad for search engine position. To add to the complications, an image should really be exact pixel size for use on the page. And that pixel size should also be stated in the code. Using percentages doesn't work well for search engines. Search engines love to have a good idea of the width and the height, the dimensions. This is because when the pixel size is known, the browser can render the whole page before everything downloads. So everything is positioned in the right place before the image downloads. So you can see there's no standard size and it gets quite complicated, but optimizing an image for the web is so important. We just need to do our best. These days, WordPress does a pretty good job at responsive images. Images will adapt to the screen size, but it's still really good practice to resize and compress your images. There is a plugin called Smush, which you can add to your WordPress website, and it will compress the images as you upload them to the site. If you are a WordPress user, my video adaptive plugins for WordPress will help you to cater for every screen size. If not, just go to Resize Images for the web. This is Kelly at KD Web. Thank you for joining me.
Okay.